Hi guys, welcome back to Velo Barbarian and welcome back to my workshop. Another sort of super bike build today. So we thought we'd bring you along for the build. Y1RS, so last bike was the S5, so Velo S5. Is this the faster bike? Is that the faster bike? Who knows? Got a completely custom build today with sort of customer has picked every single part that goes on this bike. From the sort of number 6 carbon wheels, the carbon tie, rotors and chain rings, Cybrei Cranks, different size tires, front to back, all of that. So going to run you through it as we go along. But just for today, yeah, follow along as we do this super bike. Cool, so we'll start off with the wheels as always. He's gone for the Pirelli P0, and we've gone for the 28 on the front, 30 on the rear, sort of for that more aero front and then more comfort built in the back. So we're going TPU tubes. With it being the aero bike, customer has requested to fit TPU tubes. Just try and, this whole build as we go along it is to try and make, it is pretty much the most aero bike in the world, but trying to make it down as near or maybe dip under. I think it'll be close to that 7 kilos. But yeah, so TPU tubes in these Pirelli tires. They're super flush. Got to line the Pirelli up with the valve. Does any other mechanic do this little squat? It's me. So something pretty special now. The customer's picked and brought these in himself actually. Carbon tie aerodynamic rotors. So we don't see these very much in the UK. There's no UK supplier, no UK dealer. You pretty much have to go to Italy if you want carbon tie. But obviously that is a brand that Mr. Tadej Pogačar uses on his Y1RS. So that's what the customer wanted. So yeah. You fit them slightly differently as well, so they've not got their own system built in. You almost have to fit this kind of like adapter, which is again slightly lighter than the Shimano Dura-Ace system. So yeah, the customer's gone 160 on the front, 140 on the rear. He's quite a tall guy, so we wouldn't really want to go to a 140 on the front. But yeah, should be enough stopping power around here. So a little bit of bling now. Customer's gone for a 6-wheel cassette. So these are one of the lighter cassettes on the market, especially for the money. Like a Dura-Ace cassette will set you back quite a bit of money nowadays. These are a little bit cheaper and a little bit lighter, but more out of curiosity, I want to see the difference as well. So this is exactly the same, so 1130 cassette, so 224 grams. Again, 1130, and then an 1130 6-wheel cassette is 200. So yeah, you're saving 24 grams on the cassette. These little savings hopefully make a big difference. So next bit now is I am going to basically build this as what we call a rolling chassis. This bike is a bit different to a lot of the other bikes that we build. In a sense, the seat post comes this length, like pretty long, and then I will get his position exactly right on because there's not a load of leeway, because I need to basically chop this seat post to the customer's saddle height, as it has nowhere to go in the frame. Like normally you have a big long seat tube. This one you kind of have to chop it, and then you have a little bit of leeway up and down. So yeah, it's super duper important now just to spend the next hour or so getting it all built up, position wise. Then we can think about sort of the gears and the brakes and stuff a lot later on. But yeah, it's first of all, get this saddle seat post all set up right. So frames and gears, UDH rear hanger to go in this bike now. So I'm going to just put a tiny bit of grease in there, because this could be something that sticks later down the line, and hopefully we don't almost ever have to take this out unless he snaps his hanger. But yeah, so this is kind of a rare part in the UK right now. There's not many Y1RSs, but there's also not many frames and gears hangers. So I know, for example, they want a photo of the bike built up with it once we finish this. But yeah, this was the same hanger basically Pogacar had on his hill climb bike. He had it in red, but as the customer is going for gold on everything else, we are going for gold on this one. Where's my headset? Look how little the headset bearings are. It's got to be the smallest headset bearing out of any bike I've ever built. Like, that top bearing is absolutely minuscule. But I guess with the way that the fork fits and stuff, you don't need it to be any wider. And it is obviously to make the front end as narrow as possible. But yeah. Cool, guys. So we've just fitted the fork. It's a bit more of a involved system. So this is kind of a bit more, there's a lot more moving parts with this system. Obviously, there's no other bike quite like this in the world. It's a little similar to the Cervelo, but the way it all attaches is completely different. Like, you need a specific little tool, basically. That's how you adjust the preload on the headset. So yeah, we're now all running smooth, no play or anything like that. And then I just have to put this little grub screw in now to lock the headset in, sort of thing. And then we can start fitting the bars and getting the position dialed. Okay, so we've just done brakes are all plumbed in now. So yeah, bike and the front end sort of thing is all torqued up, and yeah, basically all that bit's done. Now I'm going to start setting up the gears. Just as another thing, obviously we're fitting this CeramicSpeed OSP system. So yeah, just got to take the conventional Dura-Ace one off, fit this one on, and then yeah, put it on the bike, put the bike on charge while we then set up like the cranks and the drivetrain and stuff. So I want it on this side of the hose really. The other side would be annoying. So the next cool thing on the bike is customers gone for Cybrei Cranks. These are the cranks that like Pagacci uses on his TT bike and stuff like that. I think they've actually now partnered with SRM, so you can buy this with an SRM power meter and stuff. But then we've also put carbon tie chain rings on it for him to make what we think is probably one of the lightest crank sets out there. 24mm spindle, but just for comparison now, Simon's going to ping up whatever the Shimano Dura-Ace cranks weigh, and then we will weigh these now. $525 chain rings, chain revolts, both left hand, right hand cranks, and these are in what size are these? These are a 170, so a little bit longer than Pagacci's cranks, but yeah. What's the real? Right. Okay, guys, right, pretty much done now. Gears are all set up, chain and everything's on. What we did have to do off camera is we did swap the bottom bracket. So the customer was aware of this. He brought in 2 bottom brackets anyway. Sometimes with these Cybrei Cranks, if you fit it with a CeramicSpeed, it's a little too tight on the bearings, and it just doesn't spin like a CeramicSpeed should. So he bought one of the Bic One ceramic bottom brackets in as well. So this, ironically, is what UAE team use as a brand. And then, yeah, everything's running smooth now. So we're going to go weigh it. So put your guesses in the comments now on what you think the weight's going to be. And then, yeah, in 2 minutes' time, we're going to weigh it and see how it compares to some of the other super bikes that we've built. Okay, so we're going to do what we call our YouTube weight. So there's no bottle cages, no Garmin mount, no pedals. Obviously, this is a pretty spec'd out build, but it is a size large. And these are fairly deep wheels. So it's still keeping into that aerodynamic bike. But yeah, let's see how it compares. And obviously, the last one we had in the sort of on the scales was the S5, which come in just under 7.5. This one is a bit more spec'd out with all the carbon fancy parts and the little bit of gold bling and stuff. So let's see the difference. It's running out of battery a little bit. .97. So we have dipped just under that 7 kilo mark. So in a sense, this is pretty similar to what Pogacar rode in that hill time trial. Obviously, he had no bar tape, a size smaller frame, but then obviously he did have pedals to pedal it. So yeah, we're pretty impressed with that. And I'd say that's probably one of the lightest Y1RSs in the country, if not the lightest. That's it then, guys. Here she is, all ready to go to the customer now. Let us know what you would have done to make it lighter, or if there's anything on the build that you don't like or you think could be done better. I think it's come out pretty nice. The next build we've got on the channel, I think, is we've got a Colnago C68 being built up with the new 13-speed wireless Campag. So that's something a little bit different as well. So that's the next one. And yeah, like and subscribe for more of this sort of stuff. And yeah, see you soon.